Zombie games are a dime a dozen these days, and with so many post-apocalyptic games looming over the horizon, the hype for this genre just doesn't seem to be dying out anytime soon. Most video games featuring zombies have a few common enemy types that you're likely to come across, and here are 15 such types of zombies. Cannon fodder. These are the most basic of enemies that you're bound to come across in any zombie game. They have a very minimal set of attacks, all dealing a limited amount of damage and posing no real threat to your existence. These cannon fodder enemies can be used to grind for resources in games that are built around survival, but other than that, these enemies are usually meant to ease players into the basic workings of a zombie game. Of course, every zombie game will have slight bits of alteration here and there. Spitters. You know those pesky enemies that hurl spits of venomous acid or any other damaging element at you? Yep, these are the spitters. Found in some zombie games, spitters are dangerous foes that can deal fairly huge amounts of damage over time. They tend to hang back and deal chip damage as their fellow zombies charge you up close and draw your attention towards them. Some games give players the liberty of dealing with spitters at their own leisure, while other times you might have to find a way to take them out first. Juggernauts. These enemies are the supercharged versions of your standard zombies, boasting a bigger body and a larger moveset, usually introduced as a major boss initially and then rehashed as a mini-boss in future encounters. Juggernauts deal huge amounts of damage with every strike, and they also take lots of hits or shots before going down. Given the sheer amount of threat Juggernauts pose in most zombie games, it's advisable to take them out on a priority basis, by using the appropriate weaponry for the job. Chargers. Chargers are the hyperactive zombies that will make a beeline to your location at the mere sight of you. They're extremely nimble and can travel distances quickly, and they usually have a few acrobatic moves which make hitting them harder. The easiest way to dispatch them is using a shotgun or a similarly high damage output weapon when they come up close. Bombers. Much like the chargers before, bomber zombies also make a beeline towards your location with the sole aim of bursting into smithereens as soon as they reach within a specific radius of the player. Bombers might not be as fast or as acrobatic as chargers, but they are certainly a formidable threat that's best dealt with as soon as possible, since it's easy to get overwhelmed by them in the heat of battle when so many different zombie types are attacking at you from everywhere. Stalkers. These are a lot like chargers in the way that they will attack you on sight, but they differ in a key aspect. They can be avoided. Usually found in stealth-oriented zombie games such as The Last of Us, stalkers have a decent amount of health and can chop off a significant amount of a player's health if given the chance, which calls for resorting to more creative ways to dispatch them, be it using knives or traps or something else. Turned animals. A post-apocalypse would encompass the whole world, so why limit undead creatures to humans? It's no surprise that most zombie games also feature animals inflicted with the same ailments, making them even deadlier than before. These zombie types might entail a rabid dog or a loud crow that alerts everyone to your presence, or perhaps something else entirely. In either case, they are incredibly mobile and best dealt with on a priority basis, although that could differ on a game-by-game basis. Hordes. Given how zombies are stripped of any rhyme and reason, it makes total sense for the less powerful ones to travel in packs. This ensures a greater chance of success, all while diminishing the player's possibility for survival. On the flip side, it's an absolute joy to use creative tactics such as using traps in the environment or area of effect weapons to dispatch dozens upon dozens of zombies in one fell swoop, making them an invaluable part of any zombie game's enemy roster. Armored zombies. As evident by the name itself, these types of zombies carry body-protecting armor. That might be actual body armor, or it might take the form of hardened skin that's immune to gunshots. Either way, this type of enemy usually requires the players to target specific weak points to take them down. This can result in some rather adrenaline-fueled encounters, when the game expertly uses other kinds of zombies in conjunction. Weapon carriers. While most zombies would rather pummel you down with their bare hands and feet, some do try to use a little firepower to their advantage. While not the most common type, these enemies can prove to be a formidable foe, thanks to their ability to engage the player at a distance while their knuckle-headed friends charge at you ruthlessly, resulting in thrilling encounters that are an absolute joy to get through. Transforming zombies. Much like Juggernauts, transforming zombies are usually introduced as a mini-boss and then rehashed as normal enemies in later encounters. As the name suggests, these enemies can transform into a mightier version of themselves once they sustain a set amount of damage. Suffice to say, they can be a major pain for players, and as such, it's advisable to take them out on a priority basis whenever they enter an area. Mobile zombies. While most zombies are knuckle-headed hordes of undead with no intelligence whatsoever, some of their types do possess the mechanical know-how of riding vehicles. Be it hordes, bikes, or jeeps, of course these zombie types are limited to games that feature open zones, which provides for a level playing field against enemies. Invincible zombies. Some zombies just never die. They might be dead for a while before coming back to life, or they might have an infinite pool of health that doesn't wither down no matter the amount of red-hot lead you pump into their craniums. Granted, these aren't the most common of enemy types, but recent Resident Evil games have featured this enemy type with the likes of Mr. X, Jack Baker, or even Lady Dimitrescu. Swallowers. As the name gives it away, swallowers are zombie types that can gulp the player into their gargantuan bellies when given the chance. They're usually slower than most zombie types and can be dispatched rather easily, which balances out their massive damage-dealing attacks nicely. This enemy type is mostly limited to co-op zombie shooters, which allow for a specific time period to rescue a swallowed buddy from the zombie's intestines. Zombies with tentacles. These zombie types have long arching tentacles rising from their mess of a body, which can make for some deadly attacks or even trap you inside them when given the chance. These are usually slight alterations of standard zombies, although their ability to trap you does make them markedly more dangerous. However, one can usually delay dealing with this enemy type by staying out of their attack radius, but that differs from game to game. That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Bolt.